Okay, it's Merchant Metals. We're here at the workbench right now. I got a variety of things that I want to accomplish today. Unfortunately, it's probably already like 12 o'clock. I was spending time with my Mason boy because I love him, and he gets time too. I regret not taking him on more walks and hanging out with him. You can hear him communicating out back with squirrels right now. So while he's in the midst of that, we're going to get in the midst of this right here. We're going to clear this bench off, sort out all the scrap. I got a couple of new ideas I want to talk to you guys about the sorting system that I have right here, and then we're going to dive right into it really. So what else was I trying to say? Oh yeah, the mystery weight on that transformer. We will reveal that here shortly, probably right before we head off to the scrapyard. That's right, I'm going to get to the scrapyard today. I think I'm going to turn in my number 2 copper, and I got some number 1 copper in these buckets down here. And then whatever other stuff that we can drum up along the way. I got like a half a bag of cat wire and some batteries and stuff over there. So we got a busy mid-half day of work. We're going to get right to it. I have 2 new scrap categories over here, and it's actually right behind me. So right behind me we have this breakage bucket, and I put a small bucket right up top so I can put gold connector end plugs in. So boom, we have a category and a spot for the gold connector plugs specifically. E-Waste Mike Scrapyard pays a couple bucks a pound for them. Well, I'll save them and see if he wants to buy them, or I'll take them up there myself one day and we'll just let them build up. And the other category is going to be, well, this BX cable. Instead of standing here and stripping each piece out as we go, I am going to just, the ones that have wire in it, take and throw in this bucket, that bucket right there. And that's going to help us streamline scrap metal more steadily and more fast, because I can process this stuff faster if I have a bucket's worth of it. Because, you know, yes, it is repetitive, but this should help speed up the scrap time at the bench per table of scrap. Because that's my objective, is quickly separate these materials as best I can into the categories that I have in front of me and behind me. Let's go over the categories that we do have right now. This camera here, check it out. We got Romex wire, sheet aluminum, we have cast aluminum, there's our extruded aluminum, we have aluminum wire, then there's MLC and stainless steel on the end right there. Underneath the bench we have bare bright copper, number 1 copper, number 2 copper, then we have yellow brass, this is cat wire, this is light wire, extension cord, stuff like that, and then we got machine wire, boom, right there. Behind us we have pop cans, transformers, motors and ballasts, short machine wire pieces, the unfavorable ones, and then we have green boards. We have copper breakage, basically things that have good chunks of copper on it that I don't spend the time on doing on the bench. I'll just take it and I'll throw it into this bucket here, and then we'll work that down as a whole later on down the line. Anyways, we have our breakage bucket, gold connector pins now, and then we have BX cable, and then this is steel, and then we have a trash bag at the end. All those categories that I just named are the things that I hunt and scout for non-ferrous metals. We bring it back to this bench, and then we quickly separate those materials and then go sell it. Typically that's how I like to roll. We do other methods and other ways of recycling materials here at this channel, and I gotta go check out what that sound was. Hang on. This oxygen tank came falling down. That is weird. You know, the ground froze last night and now it's thawing, and I guess it just tipped over, whatever. It was just a distraction. We need to get back to what we're doing here. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it and start sorting these materials out. Bigger stuff that's kind of like this I set these to the side and we process these by the benchful. So it's easier for me because it helps segregate the categories of scrap metal that I do break down. There is good stuff inside this, but we got to liberate it. We got to pull it apart. That takes time. So our objective, again, is to quickly separate these categories as best we can, time efficiently. So stuff like this copper breakage stuff, it gets its own category, and then we deal with it when we can. So we can streamline the scrap that is easier, that is building up, that's causing us an issue of having 20 foot long of non-ferrous scrap metal to go through. I don't even know what's in this pile anymore. So we need to take care of it. And this is my way of doing it. Let's get to scrapping, everybody. Then we got to make a scrap run to the scrap yard, turn in a few things, and then I got some errands I got to go run, me and Mason Boy. So, all right, start with this box right here. We got aluminum and cast aluminum stuff in there. My bag for that's right there. So, extruded aluminum, right? Get it in that bag. We're to sell it. I should have a separate category for clean and dirty extruded, but the price I get is almost similar. And creating an extra category for it, I don't know. Maybe I should. I think I might get 5 or 10 cents more. Cast aluminum, piece off of a snowblower. That's cast aluminum bag. Right there. Aluminum wire. There. Okay, we got some random little stuff. There's MLC. There's a little piece with copper in it. This is gonna go right over here in BX cable now. That's one of our new categories. That's machine wire. We got cat wire right there. Little piece of cat wire. Garbage. Now, without having to explain what I'm doing, I should be able to streamline this pretty fast. So I'm glad I'm getting that out of the way right now, so you guys know exactly what's going down. What am I doing? This is garbage now, cardboard. I'm gonna save the cardboard because next few days it's getting up in the 50s and 60s, and I am excited for it. I can't wait for this freezing weather to go away, dude. And yeah, it's gonna be good. But we're gonna be using this cardboard everywhere back here because it's a mud pit. So every time I get a box, I'm gonna lay it down on the ground right now. Good thing about cardboard is, well, it's not exactly much of a waste. It's biodegradable, and I can clean it up later when I don't need it. So yeah, more aluminum extruded. A piece of bare bright wire, that's nice. That's that category, that bucket right there. We got breakers. Okay. I know a lot of people like to get silver and stuff out of them, but guess what? They go in my breakage bucket. And not just because they sound like breakers and breakage. I can't spend time hammering these open and getting little bits of silver out of it. I don't have time. It's either save it the way I can save it or not at all. You know what I mean? Because this stuff comes in faster than I can process it and put it back out. That's a problem. We're resolving it like this. BX cable. Get a nice piece of wire up in this panel box. Machine wire that was. Is this piece copper? On first glance it looked like it was, but no, it's aluminum. Sometimes this stuff isn't worth breaking out of there, but sometimes it will pull out easily. Worth it? I don't think so if it's aluminum. Can we try? Yeah, we can try. And now I got to get all this plastic up out of there. I guess by twisting it around as best I can, eh? See, at this point, I had wished I would just throw this in breakage and move on. This is tin shred, right? We make a pile there and we send it to the truck. Lots of BX cable. I was piling it up there so we can pull the wires out, but we're doing a change of plans, right? It's going in that bucket now. And we'll process that stuff by the bucket worth. Speeding up the workstation, right? There's a YouTube creator that I want to share with you guys that he runs a similar workstation style bench like this, but he's a handyman repair guy in India. I love his tactics. I love his methods and movements while in his workflow while he's working. I would like to show it to you guys. He usually makes YouTube shorts, so he's pretty easy one to subscribe and follow to. And I wish I could move at a fraction of the speed that this guy moves at. Yeah, you know, this thing, maybe we'll bust it open. Okay, I'll put that in the copper breakage side. This is cast aluminum. That's all we're trying to get out of it. Cast. Pretty sure the top piece is as well. Yep. There's a little brass piece on the end of here. That could be tin shred. But we're gonna move now. We're gonna keep moving and Stainless steel bolts. Save those. Cast aluminum. Oh. These aren't brass, they're magnetic. That's unfortunate. I remember when I grabbed these. I gotta double check. Yeah, they're magnetic. That's copper though. And it's pretty tarnished. Just throw it in there. Gosh, they even sound like brass too, don't they? Ooh, that's a dirty piece. All aluminum wire. This is real time. I'm just saying it's real time. This is the speed I like to cruise at. style stainless steel. Ugh, the tiniest snippets of machine wire ever. Strip that. I'm not. Tin shred. I feel like this is a copper transformer of some flavor. It is. Whoa! Oh. I don't resell this stuff. It gets destroyed. Yeah, it's all plastic. I guess there might be a couple of good boards inside of these. Yeah. Whoa, there's the key right there. I don't know how that popped out of there, but this thing probably works too. Yeah, it's a money box. There ain't nothing in it, but still kind of cool though. It's got a dent right there, but it's a working money box with a key. Right? I'll set that to the side. That's got a use. That's got a practical use. I can use it to store all the money that I don't make. Believe me, I'm not making a fortune, that's for sure. These little buggers, on the other hand, we can break these apart right now. So most of the time I can just break them. We'll just do this. There. And on the inside of these are brass or copper pins. These ones might be copper. Definitely copper. So that's cool. But they can be brass. They can be. Right, just as easy as that. They're going to be number 2 copper, so we usually just flip them upside down and grab something and tap them right out, and they do. They usually tap out. Like that, and they fall right in there. They clean up easy. Maybe this is a better tool, I don't know. Yeah, see, they fly right in there. That's pretty nice. glass. Sometimes there's sharp stuff. Perfect. Ones that are crushed too flat, I can't return them. Sheet aluminum, that's where I put them. Forgot about this thing. It's just trash now. That did work when I pulled it out of a dumpster. Some Romex. Cut this little piece of brass off, and the rest of that can go right into, well, some of it's bare bright, some of it's charred. You know, the decision can be up to you guys. What do you think I should do with it? There's some people that say put the whole thing in bare bright, but you know, how about I just do this? Bare bright, and then some of this will go right into number 1 because it is clean. Bare bright. Bare bright. Sometimes when I look at these and it looks like they've wrenched on it already to try to get that piece of brass valve to come off, I don't hesitate to grab that grinder and just cut them clean. Brass now. Yeah, there's a little bit more steel in there than wanted, but at least you recovered it and you can move on. I'm sure there's better ways of doing it. That's my way. Somebody darn near stripped this already. Here, Mason, he's on to another squirrel. He's being a good boy today. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. That's a good handful of machine wire. They're bright. Brass. Stainless steel. All right, we're gonna be heading to the scrapyard. I gotta unload the car of all its contents. We're gonna throw it up on the bench. That's gonna be our next round of scrap, and we will see you at the scrapyard. We are turning in number 2 and number 1 copper, and some cat wire maybe. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're gonna weigh that big copper transformer. I wonder who the lucky winner is gonna be of today's guessing game challenge. But we're gonna grab the scale, throw it up on the bench, weigh up that bad boy, and then we're gonna unload the car and head to the scrapyard. That's our game plan. Okay. All right, we're zeroed out. Are you guys ready for the lucky winner? Who's going to be the winner? I've seen lots of guesses this time around, so. We're still zeroed out. Are you ready for the lucky winner of the guessing game? Just hang on, okay? Whoo! You guys aren't going to believe that. We have 162 pounds. £162. And then this is going to be our next guessing game, okay? I want you guys to guess how much in value in copper am I going to pull off of this unit. And then we'll take it to a scrapyard and scrap it and see what's what, okay? Let me know. Let me know in the comments how much in value do you think these 2 copper coils are going to be worth with the bus bar. Let me know. Thank you. I gotta load down. We're heading to the scrapyard now. Oh, we're gonna be late. We gotta move our butts, man. So it looks like that big transformer is first in line to be scrapped tomorrow morning. I want you guys to tune in tomorrow if you want to watch that. And then we got a bunch of power modules and stuff like that right behind it, so it should be a pretty productive Copper Wednesday.